Hello, I am the narrator, and before this episode begins, Maddie will be talking about a very large creature that could be living right under you. Without further ado, let the show begin. Good morning, everybody. My name is Maddie, and today we're going to be learning about Moll Trolls. What is it? And did it come from a movie or a video game? Okay, whenever I say Moll Trolls, I'm not meaning like generally Moll Trolls or something. No. I'm talking about this Moll Troll, which is from the movie Spiderwick. Now, a little thing you have to know about him is kind of his abilities, his stats. Say, he doesn't really have powers. They're more of like skills or specialties that he have. Like, he has very high senses, probably like hearing and smelling. He's also extremely fast. Since he's a Moll Troll, you know, really good at digging and really strong. So you gotta watch out for those. Now, Spiderwick, the movie. What do we know about it? Well, for anyone who hasn't seen it, I'm going to basically explain the entire storyline of the movie, not the books. So caution. Alright, so it starts off with these three main kids and a divorced mother. Most likely. Well, they move out of town to a house in the middle of nowhere. Well, you know, they have problems communicating and whatnot. In the kind of the beginning, the one main character keeps hearing these noises, like, rounding through the house, and they think he's mice. So he starts punching holes through the wall trying to find it, until he eventually found a secret entrance to an attic that leads to a hidden office, where he found a book, the book, that surrounds the entire movie, which just so happens this book somehow manages to be the problem and the solution at the same time. It's brilliant. Well, he reads all about it, and this little creature that's been like rounding the house and whatnot is actually a little thing called Thimbletack. You can see here. He tries to stop the kid. He tries to stop him from learning anything more, but he was caught. So, doing so, he was kind of forced to explain himself and explain everything that was happening. So he might as well use that to his advantage in telling the kid of how dangerous that book is, with the creatures that want to get their hands on it and use it for evil. Woo! Which are the goblins, of course. Now, that's right. But while he was explaining that, they were actually interrupted to one of the kids, the siblings, being dragged away by the goblins because they know that the book is out somehow, you know, back alive, I guess. So they save him, the main character's brother, pull him in, and everyone's freaking out because there's goblins outside their house. So they're looking for help. They're desperate for help. So they realize that the author who wrote the book is dead, but his daughter is not, and just so happens to be in the same town. So, you know, they go around and they start asking for help, you know, and every time they go out of the house, they keep somehow bringing the actual book, and every time is putting it in jeopardy, to the point where the goblins have gotten so close to pulling the book that it just starts ripping at this point. There's like pages falling out, and they manage to get some pages, which actually one of them helps the goblins actually get into the house. Yeah. So whenever the main characters figure that out, that they're in a lot of problems, they start boarding up the house. They're ready for a fight, you know. They're making weapons and everything. And they're just sitting there ready for the goblins to come in, guns a-blazing and whatnot. So eventually they do come. There's a big epic fight with all the goblins, and then eventually that wave is done. Well, there's the boss fight. Oh yes, there's always a boss fight, even in movies. So there's a boss fight, and it wasn't actually really as a fight, because they were severely outmatched, so it was a whole lot of running. It was the main kid with the book, running around the house, trying to keep it away from the main boss, the big, ugly dude. To the point where the entire house was basically destroyed, and the kid was on top of the roof with the bad guy close behind him. But you want to know how the bad guy loses? Well, it was one of his fatal mistakes of turning into a bird to catch the flying book, but was caught by another creature that just so happens to love to eat birds. So it was a little bit of the circle of life. Yep. And that was basically the entire story. Right there. There you go.
The interview. How close is it related to the inspiration?
Hello, I am Madeline with the interview, and I'm here with this lovely lady. So, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Sarah, I'm 23, and I love mythology a lot. Now, the Moll Troll in the movie, is he a pretty big character? No, it only showed up in the movie about one time as like a little boss or a single problem for the protagonists.
So can you tell me the main scene that the Moll Troll was in?
Sure. Well, in the movie, about like in the middle, I would say, the kids are desperate for some help with the book, you know. So, they find out that the daughter of the author still lived in town, so they found this underground tunnel that can lead them kind of towards town without being spotted by old goblins. So, they go down in the tunnel, just two of them, and they bring the book, of course. Yeah. They start going down, and then the goblins quickly realized that they're underground. So they call in the Moll Troll. So the Moll Troll is currently chasing them in the tunnel. So it's just like a big race at this point. Yeah. And then the tunnel's also extremely large, so they're just able to run and sprinting. Well, eventually, whenever they get to a ladder, they can start to slow down, and the troll goblin starts to speed up on him and grabs one of the little kids that are kind of behind, starts dragging him away until he grabs a piece of metal and stabs the troll in the eye. Yeah, crazy stuff. So they're able to escape up into the ladder, out of the tunnel, and then the troll, super mad at this point, races up, like wedging his head through the little hole, and was actually hit by a truck. Because if you didn't know, like, those like goblins and trolls and all those things are invisible. So the truck hit it because that tunnel leads to a road.
Oh, well. Thank you for your time. This has been Maddie with the interview. Back to the main show. What the Moll Troll's inspired by may kind of surprise you. So according to the wiki fandom, the Moll Troll is inspired by a children's book called The Three Billy Goat Guff. I think that's how you pronounce that.
A clip of the character. And are there any Easter eggs or hidden things?
Okay, so in the description, there is a short clip of what I was just talking about with the whole scene with the Moll Troll chasing the two kids down the tunnel. So if you're interested in seeing that, just look for the UR code that has the word YouTube in there somewhere. Okay, now, something that's kind of cool about the Moll Troll is that in the movies, yes, there's a Moll Troll, but in the books, it was actually a water troll. Quote, the Moll Troll initially started off as a water troll, which I just said that, but I quoted it, so it's it's official. Okay, so Tony de Turliza, I don't know how you pronounce your last name, but very cool looking, based his design of the Moll Troll off the children's book, The Three Billy Goat Guffs, which is a book. I haven't exactly really done research on a book, so I don't really know. I don't know, I just don't really know how to do it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and have my grandma read it. What is it that you wanted me to do, honey? Oh, Grandma, I was hoping if you can read this book to the camera over there. What is this for? School project? Oh, okay. Once upon a time, there were 3 billy goats who were to up to the hillside to make themselves fat. And the name of all 3 was Gruff. On the way up was a bridge over a casting stream they had to cross. And under the bridge lived a great ugly troll with eyes as big as sockers, and a nose as long as a poker. So first of all comes the youngest billy goat Gruff to cross the bridge. Tip, tap, tip, tap, went the bridge. Who's that tipping over my bridge? Roared the troll. Oh, it is only I, the tiniest billy goat Gruff, and I'm going up to the hillside to make myself fat, said the billy goat with such a small voice. Now, I'm going to rumble you up, said the troll. Oh no! Pray, don't take me, I'm too little. That I am, said the billy goat. Wait a bit till the second billy goat Gruff comes. He's much bigger. Well, be off with you, said the troll. A little while after came the second billy goat Gruff to cross the bridge. Tip, tap, tip, tap, tip, tap, went the bridge. Who's that tipping over my bridge? Roared the troll. Oh, it's the second billy goat Gruff, and I'm going up the hillside to make myself fat, said the billy goat, who hadn't such a small voice. Now I'm coming to gobble you up, said the troll. Oh no, don't take me. Wait a little till the big billy goat Gruff comes. He's much bigger. Very well, be off with you, said the troll. But just then up came the big billy goat Gruff. Tip tap, tip tap, tip tap, went the bridge. For the billy goat was a very heavy that the bridge cracked and grumbled under him.
Who's that tipping over my bridge?" roared the troll. "It's I, the big Billy Goat Gruff," said the Billy Goat, who had an ugly, hoarse voice of his own. "Now I'm going to gobble you up," roared the troll. "Well, come along. I've got 2 spears, and I'll poke your eyeballs out at your ears. I've got beside 2 curly stones, and I'll crush you to bits, body and bones." That was what the big Billy Goat said, and then he flew at the troll and poked his eyes out with his horns, and crushed him to bits, body and bones, and tossed him out into the cascade. And after that he went up to the hillside. There the Billy Goats got so fat they were scarcely able to walk home again. And if that fat isn't fallen off, then why, they're still fat, and so snip, snap, snout. That's tales told out. And that is the end of the book. This is a weird book. Nothing I've ever read to my children. Well, it is a Norway version of Billy Goats. Is that all you wanted me to do, darling?
Yes, thank you for helping me.
Okay.
So, unfortunately that is in fact the end of the episode. Sorry we could not go more into depth with the children's book. Sorry. But if you are fascinated about the Moll Troll, there are links in the description that go more into detail about all of the information we found about the creature. If you've enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe, and have a nice day. Good night! And, of course, I leave you with a delicious plate of bloopers. I love how, like, whenever I'm doing the summary, I'm telling some of the, like, pointless details in the story, but leaving out all of the names. So you have to watch it. Haha. Or I guess read the books, I don't know. I know the books are different from the movie. Yep. I'm really curious what this story is gonna be about because I have not read it. Which I probably should have, but I didn't. Something tells me it's gonna be kind of wacky. Mainly because it's a children's book, so of course it's gonna have like weirdly mixed in dark humor, you know, and then it's also not American, so that's gonna be interesting. Yeah, like what is it? Is it Scottish? Okay, I gotta look up that word. That's a funkalicious word. Good thing I have my computer started up. Ooh, just in case for this exact moment. That sounds correct. Whoopsies. I should have just guessed that. It doesn't look right initially. Where's the sh? Where's the sh initially? It's just a T. Alright, cool. Okay, thank you. Bloom. Hi. You're in my way. Hey. Yes. Hi. Oh, hey, Grandma. Hello. Grandma's about to read you a lesson. Me and Grandma. Okay, cool. I'm glad we have an agreement. This is the end of the video. End of the video. End of the video. Pew pew. End of the video. End of the video. This is the end of the video. Pew pew. Pew pew. Pew pew. Into the video, into the video, into the video. Oh, oh.